7.
Court's been asked to look at this file for the appointment of an emergency temporary guardian pending the hearing on the request for appointment of a full guardian. And our participants, please.
Michael McFarland, attorney guardian at Light.
Thomas Worsfold for the petitioner.
Jacob Scott, the social worker at Spring Creek. And I have Mr. Roy Gatt. I don't know how much he's going to be able to answer, but I have him with me as well.
Thank you. Would you mind just showing him for us just for a minute?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. We appreciate you making the effort to allow him to be present.
Oh, not a problem. Thank you for the emergency hearing.
And we have our proposed guardian, Ms. Cates. Welcome.
Hi.
Very good. Mr. Gott, you may proceed. A Gatt? Is it Gatt? Oh no, Worsfold.
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor. I am covering this for my partner, Bill Aspool, who had filed this emergency petition and through the regular order for our hearing that was scheduled for next month. I have not appeared in front of your court, so I guess I just would ask for some guidance on the procedure that you like to file as far as setting forth the proofs for the findings that you need for the guardian. If you'd like me to take the testimony of the guardian ad litem, if you'd like me to speak with Jacob Scott, however you would like me to do it, I guess.
Well, let's turn things over to Mr. McFarland and let him do his comments on the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. By the way, I'm not sure if my guardian ad litem report got sent to the attorney for the petitioner today, but the essence is I did receive also today the updated medical. And when I attempted to meet with Mr. Gatt yesterday, he was in the condition the court saw him. He was on the floor, non-responsive. He is declining rapidly, is what it appears. His two siblings are of advanced age, and they do not wish to be his guardian. There is nobody else. The court's already vetted Ms. Cates as an appropriate individual to be his guardian. He's most likely going to need hospice care and some medical decisions to be made, Your Honor. And my report indicates that I have no objection to the request.
Good. I do have the petition, the affidavit, and the report of physician in support of the petition, as well as the request for emergency. Did you wish to take any other testimony, Mr. Worsfold, in support of your petition on the emergency basis today?
No, Your Honor. I think that really covers the basis of the petition. It's just the need for immediate end-of-life decision-making.
Thank you. Well, as best as can be accomplished, the interested parties were notified for purposes of the request for emergency temporary guardian appointment. The court has reviewed the petition as well as the supporting information, which includes an affidavit done literally this morning by Dr. It looks like Beacom Mehta, MEHKI maybe, MD, indicating that he or she has examined Mr. Roy Gott and found coronary artery without angia maybe? Patient showing rapid decline. He is cognitively impaired and recent encephalopathy, 220 to sepsis, dementia. I saw him on face-to-face visit on 12/19/23 at Spring Creek facility. So those were the comments from the medical doctor who submitted the request in support of the temporary guardianship, noting, of course, the rapid decline of Mr. Gatt's situation, which was also observed by Mr. McFarland. I have in further support the examination report of physician filled out by the same doctor as a result of an examination on November 8th. That remarks that he is known to have cognitive impairment. The last BIMS was a 4 out of 15, which we've heard about from Ms. McFarland at different times, but that low score does indicate significant limitations. would appear there's also a substance abuse and psychosis issue that's noted in this particular report. There are also some indications of recent surgery for hernia. There's a lot of other things on here, frankly, that I can't read. Due to multiple medical and physical conditions and delusions, he is unable to make medical complex decisions, I think. There is a list of medications which do correspond to many mental health disorders and physical challenges that Mr. Gabb is currently facing. And there is quite a list of those. Despite the administration of those medications, this doctor indicates that at the time of his examination, Mr. Gabb is unable to make informed decisions in the areas of determining where to live, consenting to supportive services, handling personal financial affairs, and authorizing or refusing medical treatment with a prognosis of guarded. And that was as of November. And then, of course, as of today, the same doctor finds him to be on a steep, rapid decline, cognitive impairment, sepsis, dementia, and from the observations of our guardian ad litem in the court, and obviously Mr. Scott at the facility, it does, all of that presents clear and convincing evidence, and that we do have an individual who has a disability that requires a guardian. Those disabilities include, of course, the diagnosis of mental deficiency, physical illness, and disability. That same clear and convincing evidence presents that this individual is totally without the capacity to care for himself at this time. It certainly does need an individual to make those decisions for him. As it relates to the issue of whether or not emergency responsive life-saving measures would need to be taken, I don't have anything specifically as it relates to that piece. Do we know if there's a doctor who has indicated that the use of life-saving interventions, whether that would be harmful or hurtful under the circumstances?
I'm not aware of any. Perhaps Mr. Scott could provide some insight on anything you've learned during his time there.
Yes, so he did. His brother was able to sign him onto hospice on Tuesday, I believe. But because they can use next of kin, but with the state licensing, we need a guardian in place in order to make him a DNR. Granted, he is on hospice, and that's what the doctor is recommending, a DNR, because of how fragile he is. And so he's on hospice currently, but he's still a full code under hospice. So and he's full code with us as well.
Mr. McFarland?
Your Honor, I have not seen a patient advocate form or anything that would indicate Mr. Scott's intentions, so I would have to go with the hospice doctor's advice and the condition that I see him in today, Your Honor. And with his history, I think it's necessary that the guardian have that power to do that. I might want to just ask her just briefly one question, if she would be willing to accept the guardianship with that responsibility.
Yes, I would.
You swear in Ms. Cates for us.
Who am I swearing in?
Ms. Natasha Cates.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Ms. Cates, thank you. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Cates, you've been able to hear all the testimony today, correct?
Yeah.
And if there was a DNR issue and you are appointed temporary guardian, would you be willing to act in that capacity to make a decision?
Yes, I would.
Relying upon medical advice, my presumption is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.
So Ms. Cates, I would expect you frankly to talk with the treating physician. I don't want to be overly dramatic about the situation, but obviously this is an emergency because of the rapid decline of Mr. Gatt and the concern that he would need someone to make this decision for him in the next few days. I would definitely have preferred that a doctor give me an indication that it was absolutely necessary to have that to avoid life-saving measures in order to avoid significant pain or other damage, as I have in other cases. But in the event that this becomes a situation where you have to make that decision over the weekend, I would expect you to consult with the treating physician first and to ask that question. And I have your reassurance that you will do that.
Yes.
All right, anything else then?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Very good. All right, the court finds again, as best as we can, the interested party to be notified. The petition for appointment is granted. Natasha Cates is appointed. She may execute that. Do not resuscitate for Mr. Gatt if she has talked with a treating physician and that person indicates that this is necessary to avoid significant harm and or injury to Mr. Gatt as a result of those interventions. Unless there's any questions, that's all for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your
Thank you.
Honor.